Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe.
Hello and welcome to the WrestleTalk News. I am Luke Owen, and some eagle-eyed viewers will have noticed that we are nearing 600,000 YouTube subscribers, which will certainly help us on our way up the hill to 1 mil. As a way to say thank you, I will be replying to comments for the first 15 minutes of this video going live. Feel free to ask me anything you like. You can even tell me to shave my head if you want, because no one has done that in the last few weeks. Kane has had a lot of ups and downs in his career, which of course were detailed in this tell-all book. But now he's got a new string to his demonic bow. Hellfire and politics took over Tennessee last week when Kane, under his real name Glenn Jacobs of course, was elected the Big Red Mayor of Knox County. He may be the devil's favorite son, but a new interview with Sports Illustrated may suggest that he's Vince McMahon's favorite politician. Well, second favorite. He reached out to extend his congratulations. Vince wants all of us to do well no matter what we're doing because it reflects well on the company. On a personal level between me and him, it's important to me that he is proud of me. He's done so much for me and my family. He sent me a text that got me all choked up. In quite a sweet little detail, Sports Illustrated note that Jacobs had to compose himself while saying that, which is quite lovely really. Maybe we've had this Katie Vick murderer wrong all this time. Speaking of possibly being wrong, and last week Woken Matt Hardy sent out a cryptic tweet that seemed to suggest he was possibly retiring. To all that supported me in the Independent and Omega, to the fans of Team Extreme, to the Mattitude followers, to the outspoken fans who brought me back in 2005, to the people who backed me when I was reincarnated in pro wrestling, to the Woken Warriors, thank you. While many used their jump to conclusions, Matt, to assume that this was Matt hanging up his wrestling boots, there appears to be another reason. Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer reported that Hardy is in fact injured, and his tweets were to let fans know that he won't be wrestling forever. Meltzer wrote, he is in pain, not terrible pain, and will be undergoing new rehab treatment that he hopes will help. Everything as far as what he's doing is being played by ear. Hardy himself tweeted a gif of he and his brother Jeff doing their top rope leg drop and splash combo, saying this maneuver was called Event Omega and is most likely the reason I've recently learned that my lower back and pelvis have started fusing together. You could say that Matt is broke. Actually, that doesn't work, does it? No, because it's fused. It's not really broken, so that doesn't work. Let's just move on. Dave Meltzer is also reporting in the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter that there has been a lot of talk within Fox about their upcoming WWE programming. The two companies signed a multi-billion-dollar deal a couple of months ago, which will see SmackDown move from USA Network to Fox on October 19th, 2019. But as has been previously noted by various journalists, while Fox have gained SmackDown, they've lost a large number of hours from UFC. Not just the live fight nights, but their hype shows, pre- and post-shows, and the hours of replays. This is why there has been a lot of rumors of WWE moving NXT off the WWE Network and putting it on FS1 or FS2. Meltzer notes, however, those involved in the process told us it wouldn't be happening. WWE is interested in keeping NXT as an exclusive network property. He does also add, though, that moving NXT to Fox will increase its brand awareness, which in turn will help its live event ticket sales and merchandise, and its more programming WWE can sell to Fox. What has reportedly been more concretely discussed, however, is the idea of doing pre- and post-shows for every episode of SmackDown on their new Friday time slot. Meltzer and Richard Deitch of The Athletic, and I apologize if I mispronounced that name, also report that there has been the idea of doing a studio show similar to UFC Tonight, which could air on Wednesdays. The possible downside for this, though, is that FS1 and shows like UFC Tonight are supposed to be rooted in real journalism. Well, real enough for Fox anyway. And UFC Tonight would report on fighters' pay and their lawsuits, which WWE aren't likely going to do. Deitch is also reporting that on-air talent would be hired by Fox rather than WWE, but there likely would be some kind of approval from Vince McMahon and co. Meltzer concludes those at Fox have said there are no announcements planned right now regarding any new programming, and those involved in those deals have said the original Fox deal as far as in-ring wrestling programming goes only involved SmackDown, and there was no talk talk of any other wrestling. And our resident crap gimmick wrestling artist Lewis Tillett has drawn up the new trading card for Signee Crispy Bacon. You can find Crispy Bacon and other trading cards for CGW's roster over on Instagram.com Lewis Tillett Art. Ollie and I give our thoughts on the second episode of WOS Wrestling, which you can check out by clicking the video on screen right now. I've been Luke Owen, and that was wrestling.